Hello, my little Luxxes. Welcome to another episode of Luxxy Charms. I am your host, cosplayer Charsie Luxxx, and with me today is a very odd, strange guest.
Hi there!
Oh god, we're gonna do the voice this time, eh?
We can!
This is my very creepy, abnormal hubby.
Hi! It's me, Archanon!
Well, we're gonna be at that point right now.
I haven't even started drinking yet.
Luckily, I have.
Lots of water.
But we are welcoming you here to today's episode, and we are celebrating the theme for September of clowning around. And the original video that we were going to talk about, that I ended up talking about Stitches instead, but today we are doing a commentary on the now cult classic Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Family! Ohana means family.
I had no idea he was going to be planning on doing this while we were doing this. I should have known better. I should have known better. I'm just going to keep drinking, so we're going to start the movie here. It's not going to be like the typical one where we'll hit play. Normally, in some of them, we do the countdown and say, hey, hit play now and watch with us. But we're going to do a lot of splicing with this one. The nightmare that I had dealt with the Friday the 13th one, yeah, so we're just going to pick our favorites and splice it into that, and we hope you enjoy our
color commentary.
I was going to say antics. You're supposed to read my mind. What the hell?
I'll work on it.
But alright, we are going to start the movie now. As always, want to give a spoilers alert. We're going to be doing commentary on the 1988 film Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So if you have not seen this film, be forewarned. We are about to watch the film and talk a lot of inside.
It's a documentary on my family.
So if you do not want to have any spoilers, please watch another video.
It's been a long time since I've seen a documentary of my family.
I was going to have you tell a story of when was the first time you would have seen this film, but since we have a persona going on right now...
You think I'm going to hold on to this the whole damn time?
If you do, I will be very impressed, but that's like an hour and a half of holding that voice.
I could probably do that. I won't talk tomorrow.
I love your voice from when we used to do that haunted attraction thing.
I can't scream.
You can't hold that one for long.
No.
anyways. You lost your voice
that
halfway
was
through.
over a chainsaw.
It's a baby Titus. Which, I mean, I should go through at least introducing the cast, because I love Chris Titus, and every time I watch this movie I get excited because there's a baby Titus at the beginning. Although, we should open it up with you talking about the first time you saw a documentary on your family.
It was a great time. There it is.
The Chiodo.
Chiodos?
How did you...
Chiodos?
The Chiodo brothers.
Chiodo brothers? They're gonna sue me, aren't they?
Chiodo! You can't say that! I'm gonna die halfway through this film. Actually, we're probably just gonna die heat stroke because
I'm so hot right now, and that's normal.
There is so much hair in this wig.
I'm wearing coveralls.
And a hat and a mask.
The mask is...
Okay, you started your story.
Yeah.
It was with Fred, right?
Oh, 100%.
It was with Fred.
100%.
Fred was our best man at our wedding, and one of Archanon's close friends. I almost said your real name again.
We did a whole intro with that one day.
Yeah. Well,
people could watch the video and learn our names. Well, first names.
I'm waiting for the time where it's going to be like, several videos down, like a year or two from now, and people are gonna be like, "What's your real name?" Because that's 9 times out of 10, that's what a lot of people end up doing. Because that's what happened to Glam and Gore Mikey. That's what people would do. And she would even say, she goes, "I announced it in one of my early videos, so if you really want to know, just go watch my early videos." It'll be the same with us.
They were freshly sucking on those popsicles.
So, I keep interrupting you. So, you saw this film with Fred.
Yeah, back when I used to watch a lot of horror movies with him, because that's pretty much all he watches, which is fine. That's what you do.
Is that why you don't like them? Because you used to have to watch them all the time?
I don't know. This one piqued my interest, though.
Well, how can you not like Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
The sad part is I always think Mars Attacks when I'm watching it.
Mars Attacks.
I don't know why.
That is a
Outer
good
Space
one.
theme.
That is a good thing.
They're like distant cousins from a different spaceship. Or asteroid. Where are we from?
They actually talk about that they never announce where these alien clowns actually originate, where they come from. All that we know is that they are clowns from outer space.
We, not they.
I'm not a we. I'm not a part of the family.
I created you.
No, you did not. I created you, if anything. So in the specials that I was seeing, some of the bloopers that they had shown was at the beginning when the old man sees that this comet comes down, he thinks they've struck money, so him and his dog Pooh are gonna go take a look at this comet meteorite that had landed. And the poor dog, every time that they would open the scene and he would come out, the dog would run the opposite direction it was supposed to go. They're supposed to be going to the right, and the dog went to the left. And I just noticed they just cut that whole scene out. So I'm betting the dog never went the right way, because yeah, that scene was just gone. Oh, that's funny. Now that I know that, I'm like, wait, they just cut it out. Oh, I was going to the cast.
A lot of dead people.
It will be a lot of dead people. Your family's very mean.
We have to do what we survive with. Do whatever we can to survive. Whatever.
Because they are the superior predators in this film, and to them, people are food.
Have you ever had to deal with a predator? Those guys suck.
Yeah. That'd be fun to see the entire Killer Clowns clan go up against a predator. What would that film be like?
I feel like only certain people in the cinematography could probably get it right. Probably Michael Bay.
Oh, Michael Bay.
Explosions!
Michael Bay explosions! One of my favorite Michael Bay movies. I'm pretty sure it was Michael Bay that did it. That was The Rock. It had Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage.
Here's my cousin.
Here comes your big cousin. I'm not going to remember them all, but at least with the cast, it will tell me the names.
They keep spawning more and creating names. I just call them big guy, little guy, fat guy. A couple of them.
When I give the cast, I can do the names because one of the main ones, their name's Jumbo. You got Chunky. I mean, they all got names. They're all unique.
All clowns are unique. There's a registry for that.
Lies.
No, there's a literal registry for that.
Well, they do have to go to clown school.
Yeah, and when you graduate, you have to put in your own clown sona. It's kind of like a fursona, except more unique.
Does that work for the alien ones, though? Do you think they give a flying fuck about
I'm pretty sure they all mutate different ways. We all look different.
They took Pooh. Why the animals? You know what? I think it's a theme for clown movies that the animals, something happens to them. Because in Stitches, they kill the cat. And in this one, they kill the dog. Not just Cody. Not just Cody. This is just Cody.
Avi!
Yeah, get him.
Blip.
You get him.
Is that a blip?
So, the cast of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, we have Grant Kramer as Mike Tobacco, Suzanne Snyder as Debbie Stone, John Allen Nelson as Dave Hansen, John Vernon as Curtis Mooney, and
Mooney.
I love Mooney's
Oh,
character.
Mooney.
He's such an ass in this.
La,
Mike,
la, la, la.
not that Mooney, honey. Michael S. Siegel as Rich Terenzi. Peter Luxxxy as Paul Terenzi. Royal Dano as Farmer Gene Green, which was the character we just saw pass away. Christopher Titus as Bob McReed, which he just went by Chris Titus back then. Irene Michaels as Stacy. Carla Sue Kroll as Tracy. Aaron McIntry as Punk Number 1. Danny Kavax as Punk Number 2. I should have opened with I apologize if I butcher names because I am prone to mispronouncing names. You know, I just introduced the Punk 1 and Punk 2, and here's the two punks right now in the police station.
They taste good.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Like cotton candy?
When we're done with them.
Adele Prom as Mrs. Franco. Howard Malpaz as Mr. Myers. Karen Raff as Mom Number 1. Kathleen Stefano as Mom Number 2. Claire Bartel as Little Girl, which was the little girl that the one clown was going to smash with a mallet. Sharon O'Mahony? Yeah, Sharon O'Mahony as the waitress. I should see if I can see the cast for the clowns and if they give their names. No, they just call them the clown performers. But I know that each individual clown in this film has their own specific name. And unique. Because all clowns are unique.
We're all special.
The first time I saw this film was back in high school. The one I got, I had borrowed from my ex-boyfriend at the time from his mom. Because what was awesome is she had a huge movie collection. But it was so big that if people would come and want to borrow films, she had a little book registry. And that if you took any movies, you wrote down the movie and when you had taken it and your name. So then that way she would know, because there were usually like 20 to 25 people that were borrowing films from her. And the first time I saw Killer Klowns would have been with that ex-boyfriend. And I can't remember if we watched it at his place, though, or at my parents' place. Because, let's face it, their sound system was way superior to my parents' house.
Back when you could share discs with people.
Oh my god, yeah. I love this spaceship and the creativity for this. That it's like you walk into what looks like a carnival, and even inside, it's still clown. Everything is carnival, clown, and I love...
It's a fun house.
It is a fun house. This was based off of a film, and the specials that I watched, I can't remember what it was, because it was an older movie I'd never seen before, but when they're inside the ship and the chamber room, he based it off of a very popular film, one of the
Looks
original...
like Star Wars.
It does look like Star Wars, but it wasn't that one. I should have remembered the big guy at the end of the movie was Jojo the Clownzilla. Which he originally was going to be like CGI'd in type of idea, but because of budgeting and everything, they had to change it last minute, that it became the green screen, and yeah. Which, I appreciate that more anyway. Hey look! The best room in the whole entire ship. The cotton candy room. Nothing goes wrong there, right?
Nothing. Lots of food.
It's just a juice box room, right?
Juice box. Juice box.
Here's
Reminds
some.
me of the Van Helsing room. All the pods.
The Van Helsing room with all... Oh! Okay, at the end with all the baby vampires and the little bats and everything. That's a little darker tone than this fun... I mean, it's still dark tone, because, I mean, they're essentially people in those pods. Which, that was brought up to him. Someone had asked him if... one of the Chioda brothers, when he came up with that concept, someone had asked, is this based off of the pod people, or Invasion of the Pod People? And he said, no, but it would make sense, because he's like, he did love and enjoy that movie, so maybe in the back of his mind, it just kind of And so he doesn't deny that it could have made the interpretation for it.
Popcorn bazookas.
Which, learning from everything, that technically the popcorn, one, they're tracers, but two, they're technically the eggs for their baby spawns. I'm like, yummy popcorn.
Anybody want some popcorn right now? That sounds real good.
Real yummy. Actually, it does sound good.
It does sound good. Damn it.
Why'd you say popcorn? I don't even think we have any popcorn.
We might have the stuff, I just pop it in the pan.
Okay, so I did find a list finally with the clown names.
Dog.
Balloon Dog?
Blood Dog.
Blood Dog?
Blood Dog.
It's Balloon Dog.
But it's a bloodhound.
So we have Jumbo, Fatso, Shorty, Rudy, Spike, Slim, Bibbo, and Chubby. And of course, throughout the film, you get some more added to the cast because when you realize just how huge that ship actually is.
You know where they got that dog, right?
Do I want to know the answer to this?
Well, we watched it happen.
He blew it up?
The bloodhound from the beginning.
Ugh.
It's a bloodhound.
It is not the same dog. You stop that shit. They ate the poor dog.
And his soul survived in a balloon when they inflated it through the magical powers of their breath.
They're trying to kill your brethren.
It happens. We spawned for popcorn. There's a few of us that are expendable.
One of the most famous favorite scenes of them walking into Crescent Cove, and I can't remember if it was the last scene that they ever filmed or if it just happened to be like the last scene that they had made in an entire day of filming, was them just walking down in this smoke cloud. So we had mentioned it before that the writers were the Chioda brothers. So you have Charles Chioda, Stefan Chioda, and Edward Chioda. And the director is the brother Stefan Chioda.
He's on the devil's lettuce.
He is.
Look at him.
Well, they think... Nice squeak, squeak. I knew your voice was going to crack at some point.
Bye-bye.
I can't wait for it. So
I'm not a method actor, I promise.
We're doing it now. He's doing method acting too. Look at that. So one of the fun facts that I know of that not a lot of people know, if you've seen the movie Ernest Scared Stupid, that the trolls for that film are actually the original clowns from Killer Klowns in Outer Space. Their suits are just revamped. So when I found out that fact and rewatched this film and then watched Ernest Scared Stupid, and you can start spotting which troll is which clown, which that would be kind of a fun scenario to do, is to do like screenshots of the clown to the troll side by side. So might be something fun I can do in my free time. What free time?
Free time.
If I could only see your face under that mask, what's free time?
Free time? What the hell's that? This is our free time.
And the Chioda brothers had flat out said that a lot of the main characters in this film are paying homage to people and friends that they know in real life. I think it was Mike Tobacco. Yeah, Mike Tobacco, who's by Grant Kramer, that he's based off of somebody they knew in real life. So it was kind of really cool that they were taking real people that they knew and paying homage to them, and that they essentially became characters in the film. And they flat out said that their parents had... I'm trying to think of the right word. I'm not thinking of the right word right now.
Connections?
It didn't say honor. Why am I failing at this? We literally watched the special and it said their parents helped them.
They just helped them. It's,
their parents... Encouraged? Yeah, that's the word. That's the word. I'm gonna die. But yes, their parents encouraged their love for cinema. And they said that they grew up on the old original monster movies, King Kong, and that their parents would buy them cameras. They used to make puppet films in their basement and everything, which kind of a nice homage to this one. Now that I'm thinking about it, we're right on the... What is the odds that the scene with the puppets is when I'm going to talk about that they used to film puppet shows in their
This show was not pre-planned in any which way or form.
It was not pre-planned. It just was a happy accident. So the fact that the clown that uses puppets,
no puppets
in here...
were hurt in the making of this movie.
No, the puppets were very alive and well. Now, the guy watching the puppet show, maybe not so much. So their parents would encourage them, but they still kind of had the underline of, hey, have something to fall back on. So wanted them to go into like engineering or trade school, but the one brother went into art school, the other one went into film school, and the last one, they flat out said that he kind of was a jack of all trades, and that he kind of focused a little more on the engineering and finding about the internal, everything that they could use. So when all three brothers came together, well, of course, we see the movie magic now. It's just unfortunate that it wasn't appreciated back in the 80s when it first came out. Which makes me sad, because obviously Killer Klowns from Outer Space is a cult classic now. And to this day, they would love to make the second film that they've always had plans to make. So, fingers crossed. And with the video game coming out, it can get more...
will probably
help gain more popularity for it. I mean, it's a cult classic now. And I loved it when I first saw it, and that would have been probably around, like, 2004 when I first would have seen this. And that was how many years after it came out?
I was somewhere in the mid-90s when I saw it. Mid-late.
Long before me.
Yeah, probably like 97 to 98, somewhere in there. Just before high school.
You baby, you.
I know.
You were just a baby clown.
Baby little clown, just a head on a stick.
Probably a part of the ICP clown posse at that point. Because I know, Freddie, you loved it. Now I want pizza. Not that kind of pizza, but I want pizza.
I mean, we can... What is it? DoorDash?
And answer it as clowns?
Answer as clowns? That'd be great.
I mean, luckily you can take the mask off to get the pizza, but...
That's no fun. Hopefully they have a fear of clowns and just throw it at me.
Get it for free!
I already paid though, so I guess I just call and complain. I don't know.
I love that his character, Mike's character, leaves his potential girlfriend at the house because it will protect her if she ends up getting kidnapped. It's like, you should have just taken her with you.
Always safe inside your house.
No!
That's...
You always go on the quest. Always. I do love seeing all the merchandise for Killer Klowns now. That's at Spirit, you have at Spencer's, although Spencer's is tied with Spirit of Halloween now. And I do have a Killer's Clown shirt too, which I should wear at some point this month, obviously. To think when this first originally came out and this movie was labeled as a flop and that it went nowhere. And even for years, it didn't really amount to anything. But now it's such a huge cult classic, and now you walk into Spirit Halloween and you're greeted by Killer Klowns from Outer Space, just electronic that you can stick outside, which would be really cool. I can't imagine how much this costs, though. You want your family in the front yard?
Absolutely. That'd be great. I like pissing off all the old people around here.
Hey, our new neighbor's cool. The old one, she was awful.
No, we won't even talk about that. We don't want to talk about
that. Would be
now,
great, though. She'd be a cotton candy person.
God. She'd be... I wouldn't even...
The Killer Klowns would eat her.
No, I wouldn't even dignify her with that. She just might become like a sub-boss.
Ah, time for my favorite scene. Actually, I don't... The problem is it doesn't show me a picture of which one this is. Maybe this is Rudy. I think Rudy is the green-haired one. As I drop my phone. Rudy is the green-haired one that does the boxing scene. So that's the part that we're at right now. The clown that comes up on his little tricycle bike. All the biker gangs hanging out. They're making fun of the clown. And
he has my shirt.
He does have your shirt. Look at that. He does. He's wearing your shirt. You're part of the biker. Banker? The biker gang.
Freudian slip?
Ah, I hate my job.
That's literally like me.
Uh-huh. You're about to get your head popped off.
Where do you think I came from? That's Daddy.
Yeah, you're about to have your head popped off. Damn! The best laugh ever. And we can't mimic it because it's synthesized.
Sounds like a record.
It does.
Thing going to scratchy scratch.
Screechy scratch?
Screechy scratch. Scratch, scratch,
Scratching a DJ track?
Yeah. That.
Wiki wiki walk, wiki wiki walk. Alright, the creepiest scene in the film. When he was gonna mallet smash this little girl. But it makes me want a burger at the same time.
I need burger.
Part of my dark humor. Look at those burgers though, they're like smashed burgers. He's so mad, you took his dinner away. Titus died. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be Titus's glasses, so. Oh, come here. Come here, Snooky. The best kitty in the world. Say hi, world. Hi, world. I am Callie, and I'm the cutest kitty in the world.
Nom, 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 nom.
I know. You're such a good girl. Yeah, I think that was Titus's character. Something new for you all to know is that I'm a huge Christopher Titus fan. I was a huge fan of the Titus show, and his dad was one of those characters that Titus couldn't stand, and also a huge reason why I'm a huge fan of Zach Ward, because he played Titus's brother. And is it Stacy Keach who was his dad? I want to say it was Stacy Keach.
You know it.
And oh my
You
god.
look at my family, it's Bozo.
But he was such an amazing character. But obviously Titus and his brother didn't like their dad because he essentially was an ass that was an alcoholic. He'd rather be a womanizer than worry about his kids. And it just kind of goes through his life story. It's been years since I've seen that though. But the one scene that I always remember, and I remember sitting there watching that show with my dad, and it was the scene where Titus was talking about, you know, you were never faithful to any woman. He goes, it was to the point where you were always cheating on whatever woman you were with. And he goes, it got so bad, it got to the point where you just made it even obvious and didn't care. But the line that he would always use was the lady that he would hook up with. He'd be like, broom closet. So that's where my broom closet joke always comes from. Because he was hiding the ladies in the broom closet with him. And
I always thought it was a Charlie Sheen reference.
Nope, broom closet comes from the show Titus.
Got it. I mean, it sounds like you talk about Charlie Sheen anyway.
The scene with the car. So the scene with the car and with the clown that is riding next to him or floating next to him, it was really awesome seeing the special features for that. But to the Chiodo brothers, it was frustrating to them as well, because especially back in the time, was when they had designed this film, that it was supposed to be the opening scene, the big opening scene, the first kill from the clowns, and everything went wrong with trying to film, and it wasn't 100% usable. But the one Chiodo brother said, no, we have enough here, let's splice something that we can use. So that's why you see the car scene towards the middle of the film, and the scene when the car goes over the cliff, and that at the time they were so disappointed. And when they told the story and when we were watching it, just you can tell by their faces where they're like, it's the perfect scenario where they're like, we laugh at it now, but they're like, God, that day, because they had it designed. Yes, I know, evil popcorn. Babies! You baby family!
Baby family!
So they had designed it to where this car was going to go over the cliff. It was going to be like shooting off like in the distance. And of course, someone forgot to take the sandbag stoppers off of the car, because while they were testing it, they didn't want it to go over the cliff. Well, someone forgot to actually take them off at the part where they were going to have it fly off the cliff. And the cable broke, and that's why we see the scene when the car comes over and just goes, doop. They made it work. Anticlimactic, but they made it work. I would have never known.
No.
Honest to God, I would have never known. But then we now knowing and that, and it's like, yeah, I can get that. But I kind of like it though too, because it's more realistic. Because 9 times out of 10, the car's just gonna go anyway. Look, your babies are growing.
Baby.
Oh my God, I forgot about this scene with the dumpster.
Dumpster!
Yes! I'm cutting that. Cancelled. I haven't drank enough for that one. Yum, 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 yum. Dumpster, good. Hi, Kelly. How are you, baby? You want to come snuggle? Come on, baby. It's close to snack time, but it's not snack time yet.
You sure? Clean kitty. Everybody likes a clean kitty.
Ba-doom. And then the next favorite scene of mine. I can't imagine why the kills are like my favorite scenes. This is the shadow puppet scene.
An interesting magic trick.
And now I make you disappear. Meow. Can you imagine if your fingers could do that? It'd be like... Oh, that's impressive. My thought would be, not normal. I'm out. I'm fucking out.
I'm out, man.
Now that you're distracted with the beautiful lady dancer, I'm gonna eat you with this evil T-Rex. Meow. That doesn't sum it up, right? What would you do if you saw that? I'm out.
Well, there's a few options a cop has. The cop can either go in, or can stand outside waiting for backup for 2 hours while everybody dies.
Cancelled. You can't say that. Oh, Mooney. Not to be confused with your Mooney.
La
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 la.
la la la.
Ice cream. These two characters, the brothers. Oh gosh, what was their names? But they're based off of people that the Chioda brothers knew in real life too. And they said that this is exactly how they acted too. But yeah, the Terenzi brothers are based off of people that the Chioda brothers had known in real life too.
No, back to the idea of them making a second movie of this. It's just not going to have the same feel.
It doesn't matter. It's still going to be fantastic. It's going to be updated. It's going to be epic. Because the whole idea and the premises of the second film is the idea that, remember, the popcorn are the babies. So, yes, at the end of this film, spoilers, which we'll do as spoilers at the beginning of this anyway. So, the carnival spaceship gets blown up, but remember, the popcorn babies are still wandering around out in... Oh crap, I can't think of the name of the town.
Oh god.
Cedar Cove?
Cedar Cove,
yeah. And so that was always the premises to the Chioda brothers, was that there was a strong possibility that these alien babies grow up. I mean, they do it for critters. And as far as I know, the Chioda brothers are working with Netflix, and hopefully Netflix will pick it up.
Which, well, with the game coming out and the hype,
yeah,
that'll help with it.
It should help.
Should.
I mean, Sci-Fi was going to pick it up, but when Sci-Fi offered to pay the Chioda brothers for it, they only offered them $2 million, and it's like, they made $2 million for the original film. That's kind of like, it's kind of an insult, honestly, where you know that, especially with the hype of, it was already a cult classic 10, 15 years ago, And now with the hype of the game and that Universal Studios for their Halloween Horror Nights and that the Killer Klowns are a part of that as well, that yeah, you could make some pretty good profit on it. But at the same time, it shouldn't be about the profit in that. It should just be about the amazingness of this film and the originality of it. And it was so creative. We get to say bye to Mooney soon. I forgot about his hands coming off. I forgot about that. Funny guy, eh? Wise guy. These poor punks know what's up. They're not having it. It would have been fantastic if they came up as middle fingers, I'm not gonna lie. When they pop back out of his sleeves. Who's calling you? Maybe your dad?
Oh, Mike.
We are back at the police station again. Or maybe we didn't leave.
We never left.
We
never left!
Our buddy showed up for a little bit. He had a box of magic cards to pick up. And I knew he'd show up right when we were recording. And so you went back to your normal voice there for a second.
I'm a failure. Garbage. Asymmetrical garbage.
Squeak, squeak, squeakums. Because this should be a very young John Allen Nelson who played Dave. It's just interesting always going from their photos from when it was like 35 years ago, because this came out in 88. They filmed it in 87. It came out in 88. So this was filmed during the year I was born in 87. And I know that because they said that the record track for the music and everything most of it was recorded and released for the film around October 31st, 1987. So my first Halloween.
We have forgotten everything.
My ear.
Everybody says that about me. No, he's a doll.
He's a ventriloquist.
Ventriloquism, that's it.
I mean, to think about it, such an easy concept and scene to film, but it's so creepy when he goes and he removes his hand from the puppet, the meat puppet, and it's just like, ugh. Yep. He was only a meat puppet.
A meat popsicle. There's popsicles.
No, I am a meat popsicle. So yeah, technically next year, this movie will be celebrating its 35th anniversary. This was a scene that was in the extras too, where they had showed this motorized light that was attached with all these mirrors and green lights, and that it became a secondary, kind of a green screen idea that basically you're just splicing these films together, and that's how when the exploding clown happened, where it got that really awesome green light to it. Mirrors, lots of mirrors.
Broken.
Lots of broken mirrors. Look, your babies!
Babies!
Baby clowns!
Yum, yum, yum,
Baby
yum.
clowns with a K!
Hairspray. Product.
I mean, it would be deadly. See, those are the potentiality of being a second movie. She doesn't kill them. They're there. Yum, 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 yum. I mean, she might kill one of them, but... Death by water implosion. See, they're not dead. That's your potentiality for a second movie.
Where do you think I came from?
You came from that. Double exposure. That was the word I was trying to look for before when I was talking about the mirrored light thing. They use the idea of double exposure to get that look. Because they do that here as well when they kidnap Debbie. And they put her in the balloon. It's fun seeing the behind the scenes. Because you get to see the whole middle part where it's like, here they are, they're ray gunning her, and then they splice it. And of course, when you're seeing behind the film, you see Debbie, or the actress who plays Debbie, who gets up and gets out of the scene. Then the guy comes in with the balloon and he's tying it up. And then, of course, when you see the finished product, you just see it spliced together. And they add a little bit of lights and some sound, and voila!
And now they push a button.
Ugh. I love this. It's so creative.
That's why I said if they do a remake, it's gonna suck.
I want them to make it like this.
They won't.
Or mostly like this with a little bit of the CGI. Bye, Debbie, in a balloon! Wow, look at that.
Wow, well...
Oh, thanks, buddy. Well, maybe we should go help Debbie.
Debbie
Kicking around in a balloon?
99 red balloon.
No, in some of the specials that I'd seen is that what is the difference between the people that they kind of make pod people in the cotton candy cocoons, and then in Debbie's case where they keep her alive in a balloon, well, later on you do end up seeing some female clowns, and that the idea was that they were taking real people, real women, and that they were converting them into the female counterparts of these clowns. And that's why Debbie's character was left alive the way that she was.
So is that like species changing?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Which you could easily... Honestly, with the Killer Klowns, you could honestly just say that they would have no gender, except for the fact that clearly with the Terenzi brothers, there's female clowns later on. This type of death would suck. Because I love how every kind of death or anything related to these clowns is obviously clown related. So this security cop that they go after that's in this theme park, they kill him with acid pies. You want to be an acid pie? Actually, I guess he'd be a pile of goo by the end of it. How many clowns can you fit in the clown car?
There's quite a few numbers for that.
What are you gonna do with them pies, boys? Well, we're gonna turn you into a goo pile, and then we're gonna top you off with this giant cherry. That sound peachy keen? Peachy keen!
It's not a peach pie. I'd probably go with cherry cobbler.
No, it's
cherry cream.
It's a meat pie. Minced meat pie? Or melted meat pie? I love the big one that's kind of like hobble-scopping. Hobble-scopping? Hobble-skipping! Hobble-scopping. I'm going to call it that from now on. Let's hobble-scop down the street.
Hobble-scop?
While we're dressed like clowns. How quickly can we get kicked out of the park? Pizza the Hut! And Killer Klowns' original release date was May 27th, 1988.
Minion of Darkness.
It's our minion.
Hi. You like my hat? It's a bullpit.
There's the female clowns. And they get bigger. If only enhancement was that easy. See, that's what we need, is a room just like that so it can drive people nuts every time they come into the house.
I'd be for it, but we'd probably never sell the house.
Or we would sell it, because you'd theme it as Killer Klowns from Outer Space house. Boy, their cotton candy room got a lot fuller.
You gotta stock up on the essentials when you go to the store.
Well, they gotta stock up because they're gonna leave. They need food. I bet those would be pretty easy to make. They wouldn't be cheap to make, but they'd be easy to make. What would your Killer Clown's name be? Don't think hard. Just off the top of your head, what would your Killer Clown's name be? Because if you base it off of that, you have Jumbo, Fatso, Shorty, Rudy, Spike, Slim, Bibbo, and Chubby.
Jojo.
I think there already is a Jojo, though. Remember there was Jojo, the Clownzilla?
Oh.
Real original. Slurpee. We'll call you Slurpee.
I like actually Slurpee. That's good.
We'll call you Slurpee. Well, howdy, Slurpee. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good there, Lassie. We're good.
You'd either be Slurpee or you'd be Sweaty.
Sweaty works right now. I'll tell you right now.
Sweaty balls! Would you like some sweaty balls?
Sweaty.
It is fun that when the clowns died, that they had made that decision that you had to aim for their nose. You had to aim for their nose, and that they literally implode and explode. They do both. Aw, bye, Fatso. Oh my god, this room it would make me motion sickness and everything. I'd have so much vertigo, but it's so cool. And it's simple. You could do that for a horror house, no problem.
Yeah.
You breathing okay?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Dying.
Dying! Good! You're gonna be at the same part as your brethrens when they die.
This is the saddest part of the movie, man.
You know, I don't want to hear you complaining. You're sitting here just doing commentary where those guys are in full, heavy uniform, hopping and skipping around. I don't want to hear.
But they're getting paid.
I pay you.
True. Take the shot, man.
He didn't want to take the shot. He's out. He's fucking out. Oh, that's sad to note. Just saw in some of the extras that the earlier scenes in the restaurant scene here in this film actually had a scene where the Chiodo brothers were sitting at a table eating, but they cut it out. And it's like, why? You could have left that. I love Easter eggs like that, though.
Right.
Look, it's a piñata party and everyone's invited. Really, Callie? It's snack time in her head. Freeze! Everybody clap your hands.
I'm so sorry.
I wanted to be picked by a hat today. Here comes Jojo. Jojo the Clownzilla. I just now realized all the clown makeup on their faces because they were with the lady clowns. Apparently they had a very good time.
We're out, man. We're gonna go back to the Field of Dreams.
What's funny is how often it's just gonna look like you're sitting there because they can't hear you giggling when I say shit. I'm just laughing at myself. That's all there is to it. All by myself. Jojo! Because when they blow him up, that's what explodes everything. It'd be fun to create a scene where you're a giant character and all that you're doing is you're making like minis of things for the scene. So him throwing the car and that kind of stuff. Which is your favorite clown in all of them?
Green-haired one.
It's my favorite too, because the one that's the boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember if that's Shorty or if that's Rudy. I mean, they all look similar, but the green-haired one is my favorite too. So yay! We have the same favorite. High five! Yeah! When the carnival takes off now like a top. I mean, it's fun to think of, like, how much of a carnival theme they thought of and kept it. Because, I mean, the spaceship essentially looks like a top now. Bye, Jojo! Bye, Dave! Popped by. Sheriff badge. Actually, he was a deputy. Popped by. Police badge. Serve and protect. Oh, look, it's the mirror thing again.
Yeah. Fireworks.
Popcorn babies for all. He survived. Jumping in the mini car. I just now realized none of the main characters, like, especially at the end scene, they always make you think that they die, but they don't die. They live!
Oh, look, pie. You know, that ended poorly for somebody once.
Apparently it wasn't the acid pie. It's Tremors!
Tremors all over again. I'm so hot.
We can get to the point where we could wrap things up just because of Archanon probably dying. Well, your brethren just died. Shouldn't you be super sad? All your siblings are gone. I'm so forlorn and sad. Oh no.
babies are still there.
Which is why we're hoping for a second Killer Clowns in outer space. The baby clowns still exist somewhere. But we want to thank you for joining us here on another Luxxy Charms. If you are interested in continuing to follow me on the rest of my social medias, you can follow me on my Twitter for Charsie Luxxx with 3 X's. You can follow me on my Instagram for Charsie87, or on my other YouTube channel with my friend DC for
Wrong.
I almost called it Luxxy Charms, for Little Channel of Horrors. It's been a long day. It's been a long weekend.
Not long enough. Am I right, folks?
I would always gladly take a long week-long. Ugh, I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
It's 6 weeks away.
We're almost to vacation in Florida. Woot woot. Woot woot. But thank you for joining us here again, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your afternoon, the rest of your evening, the rest of your night, whatever time of the day it is. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye!
Hey, furry thing, don't do it.
If she knocks it over, I would laugh so hard.
Don't do it.
Are you dying?
Yes.
My hair look nice.
It's fine. La la. Crazy house. Now this type of death would die. Oh. This type of death would suck.
Death does. You're right.
You're the world's worst ventriloquist dummy.
You're the world's worst ventriloquist dummy.
Nice comeback.
Nice comeback.
Oh god.
Oh god. Holy shit.